Punch, punch, it's the first of the month. Yes, it's March. I nearly said May. It's March, and that is time for us to look into what is selling on Etsy right now. Those good people over at eRank, who I also work for, but videos on this channel are not affiliated, authorized, or anything else. But they've got the keyword data out for February. So what does that mean? That shows us what keywords have been being used in that month of February. They were fast because it's only the 1st of March. This is helpful for large and small shops. It doesn't really matter if you're a massive shop making loads of sales and want to keep up to date with the trends. You need to jump on the latest trends. Then this is for you. But if you're small, it's a really good idea to get an idea of what's coming up, what's maybe falling away, so you can see if your sales suddenly drop. Has a trend changed? Are people searching for custom now instead of personalized? Who knows? Maybe I do. Let's go and find out. So first, I want to go over to eRank. This is my basic account. If you don't have an eRank account, you can get one for free. Go over to erank.com, but you get more features if you upgrade to one of the upgraded subscriptions obliviously. So to get the monthly trends, we go into Trends, Monthly Trends. Who would have thought that? Nice and easy. So, and at the start of this, you're always going to see beware trademarked terms. This keywords are the terms and phrases that customers are searching on Etsy for. Customers aren't stopped at being able to search for Disney things or whatever. It's very possible that vintage items or stuff could legally be being sold on Etsy. So you might see keywords that look good, but you can't use them. But let's have a look. I'm sure we can guess some of them in February for sure. If we have a look, lots of Valentine's ones. Now, obviously, Valentine's is gone, but this might give us an idea for what to do next year, because if we look at the top trending things, there's a lot of Valentine's there. Valentine's Day was in the middle of the month, so people must have been searching in massive numbers. Just hit my elbow on the counter. People must have been searching in massive numbers to be able to peak so high on the trending for the month. And what else is interesting here? Now, Etsy did say in their quarterly report that more males are coming to Etsy. However, it certainly looks like there are still more females shopping on Etsy, with the number one keyword for February, Valentine's gift for him. So this is very interesting because so many people make feminine type items. So maybe we should be thinking about some more male type gifts. If people were going to Etsy now to buy things for the males in their life, and in ridiculously huge numbers, 270,000 people searched on Etsy last month for Valentine's gift for him. This is not, I'll just quickly explain here. This is not saying that this should necessarily be your tag, although you could have used this as a keyword somewhere in your title and tags. But what this says to me, because it was trending last year, January and February, this year, January and February. So maybe coming up in December this year, not next year, in December this year, you might want to be starting to list up all those male possible gifts for males for Valentine's Day. And we can see the number 2 trend was gift for her. This little graph, I didn't explain this before, that just shows you the monthly trends with the blue little line there showing you last month. So that's February's data. And gift for her is a very interesting one because in November, that peaked like massively, but it was still a good one for Valentine's Day. It's still, yeah, December last year and then nothing. So it's even been a better keyword this year than it was last year. Gifts for him follows almost the exact same trend. So November, the rush for Christmas shopping, people are going, I don't know what to get him, gift for him. So people search for that, but they were still searching for that in February. But looking at all three of these, the trends through the rest of the year is definitely a lot lower. So I wouldn't be rushing to list items aiming for these specific tags, but Etsy is always a place where people are buying gifts for him and gifts for her. I would imagine that those keywords are so high because Christmas and Valentine's is the time of year when people can leave it to the last minute and just be like, I don't know what to get them, and just type in that kind of broad keyword. Again, Valentine, massive peak. It looks like this year, people just searching for Valentine was significantly higher than last year. Last year, 76,000. This year, 217,000. So fantastic there. So that's not all the Valentine. That's not all the gifts. We'll still be seeing plenty of them. But onto the keyword that has been around for a while, minimalist. We can see that is declining, but it is still number 5 on the top keywords for the month. So minimalist is still a hot keyword, likely to stay strong. Again, not be aiming for minimalist, but think of what kind of minimalist designs, or even if you're doing social media posts or lifestyle photographs, can your stuff be posed in a minimalist type background? Valentine's gift for her, exactly the same as the other keywords. It's slightly lower, so people were searching more for gift for her than Valentine's gift for her. It's interesting how different people search for things. And at number 7, declining but still huge, stickers. So if that's something you can make, that is really interesting. Now, a peak that my friend Jan over at eRank mentioned in her monthly trend report last month was t-shirt was the big thing, and it still held strong if you have a look. Now, bear in mind, in the biggest markets in Etsy, we're in winter, but out of nowhere, December, January and February, t-shirts have been hot and trending. So although there are millions is probably a strong word, there are a massive amount of print-on-demand shops on Etsy. Lots and lots of people are searching for t-shirts. So it can be possible to get seen in that kind of category, as there's a big churn of things selling out. And so lots of people searching. So you have a reasonable chance of getting seen if, let's imagine, if last month you had decided to make a Valentine t-shirt for him. Might have been a good product. We'll never know now. Wait till next year. Wedding is at number 9. Now, this is a usual interesting one in that it starts slow and generally peaks. Yep, June, July is its peak time. Now, looking at this, the peak for the past couple of months has been higher than it was last year. It makes sense. Again, coming more out of the pandemic, things are getting back to normal a little bit more. So, yeah, weddings look like they're going to be big. So if that's something you do, looking at the trends for what's popular in weddings, but get everything listed just now because people are searching. An interesting one that just appeared into the searches last month and is still holding strong in February. Well, when I say last month, I mean January. But furniture and decor, people are searching strongly for furniture and decor, which is a massive thing. I don't know if that was maybe something to do with Etsy auto-completing when they were typing, because that's more like a category than a search term. Jan said that last month, but I totally agree with her. But, well, let's think about it. People are searching for minimalist and furniture and decor. Are you a kind of shop that can take advantage of that? It is really interesting because shipping costs are so expensive, and furniture to ship is huge. So huge price, and maybe people are willing to spend a bit more. And at number 11, we have the trend of people searching for things with handmade. We can see at 17, handmade furniture as well. People are searching for handmade stuff because there has been so many articles about Etsy saying it's scam. It's got AliExpress stuff sold cheap. It's not gotten the handmade stuff. People are coming to Etsy and wanting to buy handmade, so they're searching for handmade jewelry. They're searching for handmade furniture. Again, super interesting. So don't just be using that as your keyword. You don't just be saying, oh, handmade jewelry, but be thinking, what is the thought process behind the people searching for that? They want handmade stuff. So when you're doing social media posts, show yourself making it in your Etsy listings, in your videos, in your about section of your shop. Make sure you are the star there. Even it doesn't have to be your face if you're shy about going on camera, but your hands, the step-by-step process, you starting to make new things. Just make it clear that you didn't just buy this from the cheap pound store down the road and trying to sell it off. Show that you're handmade. I think we've covered Valentine's enough. Now, in the monthly trends or any of the trend reports, if you see this flame and you hover over it and it tells you anyway, it tells you the keyword was popular yesterday. It's in the top keywords for the day as well as for the month. So earrings is popular, has been popular, is remaining popular. It dips a bit from the Christmas highs, but it still seems to be holding its own. If it follows the same trend as it followed last year, we could see a little higher in the summer, a dip towards the end of the summer, and then good searches for Christmas. So all you jewelry makers, don't forget to make earrings. They are definitely popular. Wall art, again, holding high, looks down on last year, but it's still huge. And surprisingly, digital planners. I generally think of planners and things like that as something that you get in January, but it looks like that's a year-round thing. Still, people are looking for digital planners. So again, look at how you can combine these trends. I don't know, a minimalist digital planner. Now, by minimalist, I've seen some people do this. They see the two trends and they go, I'm going to make a minimalist digital planner. And basically their digital planner is something that has no design to it at all. It's pretty much blank. If it's something someone can make for themselves or get free, it's not good. Do something a little different, but in a minimalist style. A gift is a terrible tag, but if we look at it, it's still ranking hard, but I would never just use gift. But yes, people in November just go, I don't know, gift. But yes, people come to Etsy for gifts. They are still searching for gifts. Good to know is something giftable. You could maybe in your final photograph show pictures of it being given to someone. We've all seen those pictures of someone like opening up a thing and going, wow, offer gift wrapping, whatever. Okay, in the furniture and decor, we also are seeing handmade furniture, which I already briefly mentioned. That looks like, yes, December, January, February last year, people were searching for it, and again this year. So I wouldn't rush out to do too much making of big chunky furniture, as it's potentially only a specific time of the year. Keep an eye on the keyword. Now, something I had a quick scan of this before I came up to talk to you, just mainly because the good people at eRank got the February trends out so quickly. I was like, wow. And I scanned down and I saw hoodies and sweaters. These are taking off like t-shirts, but there are less like print on demand people doing hoodies and sweaters. They go for the t-shirts, they go for the mugs, they go for the jewelry or something. But look, in most of Etsy world, we're still in sweater weather, and it's likely to continue for a couple of months at least. The old Scottish phrase, if you've never heard it, "Ne'er cast a cloot till May be oot," is saying, yeah, don't give up on your winter clothes till there's an argument whether it means the month May or the Mayflower, but we've still got a bit of time, still going to need some sweaters for sure. Embroidery looks like it's holding its own, and painting, that is fantastic. Along with the wall art we just saw, painters are definitely holding their own. We've got another hot one, rings. So you jewelry makers, okay, it's falling off, but I'm sure most of us would be happy with a category that was falling off to 90,000 searches in a month. So how can you tie in rings to the other trends? Most of you are not going to rank for rings, but people are searching for rings. What might happen is someone will type into the search page on Etsy or rings and see a load that just don't make sense to them. So they'll narrow it down. They'll go engagement ring, opal ring, bronze ring, you know, the bronze and opal steampunk engagement ring. You saw where I was going there. But they might refine their search. So, you know, a lot of people are searching for rings. So combine that to what style of rings, perhaps minimalist ring. I'm not sure if minimalist works well in the jewelry style. We might find some more. Outdoor is interesting. That usually peaks in the summer, as we can see May and June, but people are looking already. We sort of had a false spring here for a couple of days in the UK, and so many of us, when there's a tiny bit of sunshine, it's like, right, let's make that outside space look great. It's going to be a summer of sunshine. I'm going to grow all my own food. I'm going to be amazing. And then, yeah, it rains for 3 months. But people are thinking about outdoor things, which is absolutely lovely. So perhaps get some of that outdoor stuff listed, or photograph your stuff, how it can be used outside if it's relevant. Again, if you're hoodies and sweaters, get outside. And if most of us live near somewhere a bit beautiful, go to somewhere a bit beautiful outside with your model and take some pictures of them snuggling up, nice cup of coffee maybe, while holding their coffee while wearing their sweater or something like that. Photography, that could be a couple of things. As we're seeing wall decor and prints and things, I'm saying that potentially the photography could be looking at wall art, and people could be interested in decent photographs to put on their wall. So that's worth looking into for sure. Pokemon, don't touch that. That'll be copyright. So yeah, wall decor, that's another one that's still popular. Let's have a look. It did a massive peak last March, but it's been holding its own. People like buying wall decor. Good to know. Let's scan down some more. Digital prints. Yes, I think that goes wall decor, photography, digital prints. I think they're all linking into each other. So, yeah, good to know. Candles. Looks like it's dropping in popularity, but it's always kind of nice. People are still interested in nice scents and things to scent their house. So if you hit a few sort of trends, environmentally friendly, eco, nice clean scents, clean modern, hit spa day, you could put candles in kits with essential oils and all sorts of things. So yeah, candles are handy. Mid-century modern is interesting. It's been dropping off. Minimalist and mid-century modern are very similar. It could just be a case of people are searching less for mid-century modern and using the term minimalist. People don't necessarily know what the trends are, know what the right terms are. So I would say I definitely wouldn't be giving up on mid-century modern if that's your style. Necklace trending good as well. You jewelry makers, when you say you're in a saturated market, you've got a lot of buyers there too. So yeah, we know earrings, necklace, jewelry. Here we go, jewelry, all popular things. Easter is picking up. It is definitely time to be printing, creating, listing, most importantly, listing Easter themed things. You should have, when did that? Yeah, January. And this year it picked up in December a tiny bit. January was good. February is a bit down on last year, but I can't. Is Easter a bit later this year? I'm not sure. We just had Pancake Day, Shrove Tuesday in the UK. But Easter stuff's going to sell. Yeah. So now here's one that is going higher than last year. St. Patrick's Day shirt. I'm not sure when St. Patrick's Day is. It's not quite such a thing in the UK. We're not so bothered in painting ourselves green. But 63,000 in February compared to, it's like double what it was last year. And also look at the trend in January, it was still big. So St. Patrick Day shirt, and mix that with the trend we've just seen for t-shirts are flying off the shelves, and perhaps sweaters. You could do a few. Get them ready. You've probably got a little bit of time if you've got a fast turnaround like a print-on-demand shop. Art. This is fantastic. Art, paintings, handmade art. People are now, this is like the market is demanding, and hopefully, I think this year Etsy's going to have to listen to some of this, even though I don't 100% think it is their responsibility for the quality of sellers that are coming. Well, no, it is. They have said it's got to be handmade. People are coming in with non-handmade things. I think Etsy's going to have to work on this because the market is speaking. People are saying, we want art. We want handmade things. We want. And that's the bottom line is money. So people are looking at art. We said wall art, stuff to stick on the walls. So it's all looking kind of positive. Jewelry is trending, but wow, people. I think this could be a case of people learning how to search a little bit better. Jewelry was high, very high last year, and it's dropping, but we are seeing people are still buying earrings and necklaces and all the things. So maybe they're learning not to just type jewelry, but to type the type of jewelry. Another handmade gift. Fantastic. So this is, see if you'd have noticed before Christmas that people were searching for handmade things and you saw that people were searching for gifts, you might have guessed to put these two terms together. Or it's not a bad idea. This is where if you're running out of ideas for your 12th and 13th tag, look at some of these trending terms and just shove them in there. And if somebody had searched for handmade gifts and nobody else had had the tags yet, you might have suddenly got picked up because look, this went from nothing to everything. T-shirt, we mentioned that. T-shirts, all the T-shirty things. This is still high. I can't see this. I mean, there's a slight step down, but it's significantly more than last year. And as the warm weather comes, people might be buying some more. Coffee still looking good. My friend Starla was talking about this in her Friday Bean on how you can stack keywords here. And we've kind of mentioned it. So look, a t-shirt with a coffee bean on it. That one just lends itself, doesn't it? Bridesmaid gifts, we talked about weddings and things. Now it looked like it's down slightly. Think it's still going to be good. What are you getting for your bridesmaids? Hey, how about some candles? What can you mix up? What's cool? Keycaps is still holding their own. For those that don't know, this is often like replacements for your keys on your computer. On your computer. And I see a lot of people can do really cool things with resin. And resin is kind of getting popular again now. So resin keycaps embedded, hey, resin keycaps with coffee beans. That sounds kind of cute. Just trying to think if they're the right size. But look at some of the trends. Resin keycaps with cats in them. Birthstone resin keycaps. Give it a go. Lingerie is still high, which is interesting how that. It's not interesting. It makes total sense. Gifts for Christmas, fair enough. And then the gifts for Valentine's Day for men who don't know how to gift to women. Oh, this is cool. So we talked about jumpers and sweaters as picking up. Knitwear's picking up. That's come out of nowhere, which is good news for all you knits. And sweatshirts there as well. So get your knitwear listed. Cozy, comfy, sweaters, jumpers, hoodies, knitted. Good to know. I mean, that has literally come out of nowhere. It wasn't even a search term really at Christmas, and now January and February it's looking good. I'm liking that. Car accessories. Hey, now there's for people who are making, let's think, your resin keycaps. I've also seen people make resin gear stick knobs. In the UK, we do tend to, even in automatic cars, you do have gear stick knobs. I've never driven an automatic car, so I don't know. Digital download, that could be for any number of things. That could be for the planners, that could also be for the wall art. Another thing, I think we are seeing people buying less Christmas cards and birthday cards and all sorts of things. But if rather than having physical ones, if you have some digital downloads for them, then that's a way to keep some extra stock. You could have some really clever digital downloads for cards that people cut out and slot together and make explosion cards and make all sorts of clever, awesome things. I think that is really interesting that birthstone jewelry is picking up so much for February. So I would imagine that, yes, it's amethyst for February. There we go. Amethyst, I think it's, someone let me know if I messed that up, but I think it's amethyst for February. So everyone's buying stones for February babies. But that's cool to know. Yeah, that birthstone jewelry could remain high. So, excuse me. Look into what the birthstone for March is. Cats, always popular. This is another one you can think of. I certainly have seen every year coming up to Halloween, black cats get more popular. For prom or wedding, tuxedo cats. Look at the different types of cats. Don't just try and make cats. Valentine's, interesting that Valentine's, when Valentine was so high up, is way down at 46. It's still a huge keyword. And Valentine's Day gifts is down here, still a huge keyword. Dress, not bad if you're a clothing maker. So people are looking for dresses, but we've got t-shirts, jumpers and hoodies and dresses. eRank founder Anthony will be happy to see slime in at number 49. That was his keyword of choice for a while. And keychain is hot. Hey, you resin maker. I know, okay, but resin makers or jewelry makers, you can make keychains and perhaps add them to your line. We covered that. Wedding invitations, that goes in with all the other wedding things, but digital download wedding invitations could be popular. Looks bigger. No, last year it was a little bit bigger, so it's dropping off. Still a huge thing. I think unique jewelry is very similar to handmade jewelry. People are looking for something a bit different. And yes, I've seen trends for unique earrings and unique necklaces. So maybe throw in unique as a keyword. D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. This is one where the trademark IP for it is a bit interesting, so look into it. But yes, that's always very popular. Another t-shirt related search. Interesting, because that looks like that was what people were searching for before, but the other terms of t-shirts has taken off. Oh, as well as knit, we've got crochet. So those soft fabrics are still popular. Doesn't surprise me in the least. Interesting for popular yesterday is crystals. That was a big trend over the pandemic. I can imagine for the healing and just the pretty to look at. All sorts of lovely things with crystals. It's tailed off, but it's still tailed off at 57th place. Planner and that's interesting. We had that's just a coincidence, but we had digital planner and now we've got digital and planner next to each other. But remember, it doesn't anything you're making that could be digital. So plants are popular. Could you download digital wall art? Could you make instant downloadable digital wall art of plants in a minimalistic style? There you go. You hit a whole lot there. A do-it-yourself, or as it's called in the UK, DIY, still holding strong, still pretty popular. Difficult to know exactly how that works as a search term into Etsy because it's do-it-yourself, but I'm assuming some kind of kits. I've also seen some great plans for building things, so design, building beds, building plant beds, building things that are popular. Is there a do-it-yourself way of doing it? So yeah, plants. tapestry, that fits into the wall art, that also fits into, like, the crochet and knitwear of handmade, cozy type things. Although tapestry that is selling on Etsy tends to be the more macrame than actual what I would call tapestry, but it's still very popular. Lamps are doing well. Interesting. Harry Potter, do not touch that. Custom couple portrait out of nowhere. Very interesting keyword. If you're doing digital art or something, if you do custom work, doesn't hurt to look at it. St. Patrick's Day, we covered that. Taylor Swift, I don't care if customers are searching for it, you can't touch it. Neon signs been popular on Etsy. Those bright bold colors have been trending on Pinterest for a while. So it doesn't just have to be creating neon signs, although neon signs are awesome. But think if that vibe is popular, if you're doing like digital downloads for what's the word I'm looking for? For templates, for like Canva templates for for people's social media or stuff. It can be in a kind of that bright neon, still in the 80s and 90s vibe. Definitely popular. And I mentioned in my trend video for the whole year, when you're doing the digital downloads, think about as well the number of sites that now have dark mode. Lots of people are using dark mode. It looks cool because it's a bit different and it's also gentler on your eyes. So if people are using dark mode, the presets, not the presets, the templates, forgot the word so quickly. The templates that are going to look good on dark mode might be different than the ones that would look good on light, normal mode. So think about that. Oh, shirt is increasing, similar to t-shirt. People are actually buying clothes on Etsy. I've had a look. There is some awesome stuff. Little secret, what I'm seeing coming right back just now that nobody's mentioned is tie-dye, and especially bleach dye things. Super popular, really easy to do. I'm very tempted. Because you can tie-dye with the bleach, you can do splashes, you can do stencils with the bleach, or get a spray bottle and you can almost make bleach flames with it. It's super cool, so that's possible. Wedding dress, yes, seems to be declining in popularity. But if you can make them good on you, tote bag is dropping. Although I still think if you think of different ways to market to market your tote bag, to market different types of bags, what are the uses for them? So could you have a gym bag for people doing the self-improvement, shopping bags where people are not wanting to use one-time use plastic, they want to have their own little bag. So look at different types of bags. We're back with more digital. Digital art is blowing up. So get on that, because that can jump on some more things. You decide what people can do with your digital art. If you offer it that they can put it on t-shirts, hoodies, wall arts, all sorts of things. Hey, or you can put it on that as well with print on demand included in your shop. Valentine's Day cards, obviously, don't bother with them. It is interesting, Christmas cards was really not great, but this year Valentine's cards is much higher than it was last year. So I'm going to say don't rule out the idea of things like Easter cards, or maybe people are just looking to sell cards for different reasons. A sticker, we had stickers, but stickers doing good. Yoga, yep. I would think about when you're doing something like a digital planner, you could do a digital planner for, fitness digital planner, make it yoga themed. This is how you can tie things in. Rug, fantastic. Yep. Needle punch is a big trend, supposedly, according to Pinterest, going to be a big trend for the year. Personalized gifts. I have seen this and heard this. People seem to be searching for the word custom a little bit more than personalized. And look at that drop off. I mean, dropped. Yeah, it didn't drop off till March last year, but January, gonna say nothing. It's still huge, but nothing compared to what personalized gifts was over Christmas. So this is worth checking. If your best sellers are suddenly not selling so well, and you come in and you look, the keyword that you'd been selling the most for was personalized gifts, it's like, oh, maybe Etsy didn't do something wrong. Maybe customers are just searching differently. Fabric, fantastic. Oh, right. You're going to say, Pam, you're mad. How are you saying these two things are similar? But what I'm seeing here are, these are kind of things for people who do supplies as well, or kits, or fabric, or, you know, this is, every day I look at new shops coming into Etsy, and there's print on demand shops by the millions. I'm not having it. Millions, I'm exaggerating. I'm not having a go at anyone that does that. I think it's great, but there's so many. If anything's saturated, it's that. There are lots of jewelers and things. What there aren't much of is actual supply shops. So fabric, supply, you could do handmade fabric, you could do hand patterned fabric, lovely batik fabric, or bleached tie-dyed fabric, all sorts of things. And the self-care, so kits for self-care, and as we said, throw in a scented candle, fantastic. But yeah, they're just taking off. People were wanting to look after themselves in February. That's interesting. Rugs, the same as rug. Prom dress, I'm guessing people are going to prom again. By the looks of last year, it peaked around April, so you can throw things in. The other thing, hey, look, let's tie in some more SVGs, digital downloads, or whatever. An SVG or a digital download or something of a beautiful prom dress, a beautiful wedding dress. These can tie in for digital things that people can use, crafters can use on cards, on journals, on all sorts of things themselves. You can even make stickers with your SVG of a prom dress. Bluey, I have no idea. that that is that not like an Australian term for feeling a bit down? Am I making that up? Bookmark still riding high. I'm happy about that. Resume template is another digital download. There's an idea. If you do, now, you don't necessarily want to try and stuff. If your shop is doing really well with digital planners, leave it with digital planners. But you can branch out into other digital things as well. Patches, awesome. I suppose like stickers. I've not seen pins for a long time, but patches, love it. They can either be to fix up clothes, but more likely patches to put on your clothes. I guess that's the whole 80s 90s vibe, having your denim jacket. I just had a minute there where I remembered a picture my mum had put up of me in the late 80s rocking the stonewashed double denim. Embarrassment. But anyway, your denim jacket covered in patches. Anime, I just saw the other day, anime earrings was doing well as well. Obviously, watch no stealing copyrighted characters, but if you can design anime themed stuff yourself, unique earrings, weird earrings, anime earrings, and mushroom earrings were big things. So, yeah, an anime mushroom weird earring. Who knows? Engagements, yeah, we spoke about weddings and engagements. They usually pick up. Disney, do I have to say don't touch? Groomsmen gifts, yeah, if you're that kind of shop, remember number one, Valentine's things were people searching for Valentine's gifts for men. So people look to buy things for men on Etsy, although I was going to say, is it not the groom that buys the gifts for the groomsmen? I'm not sure. I bet you it's not. I bet you quite often it's women buying things. But there's an idea. If you can do whatever you do, a funky beard oil pack, because all men have beards, a funky beard oil, but a set to give away to your groomsmen, what kind of thing. Mugs, print on demand, but look at dogs, cats that can go on mugs, coffee, beans, you know, whatever's trending. Twitch overlays is interesting. People are coming on Etsy for that. So that's another download template. Awesome. Dogs, always awesome. Pins, yay! Did I not just say I hadn't seen pins for a while? Pins, badges, as we'd call them in the UK, to go with the patches, to go with stickers. You can design that, anything that's working for that funky look. That sounds fun. Anime, weird, unique, I don't know what, like the cottagecore, that's the word. The cottagecore is kind of dying way back, but mushrooms remain. Y2K, yep, that whole vibe is still vibing. Jewelry box, that's cool. Need things to put all that jewelry in. Again, things like rings and earrings, people are searching for ring holders, earring holders, any kind of storage. And if you can make something that's unique and absolutely cool, sounds good. Wedding favors, yep, wedding stuff's good. Baby is down at 98, but yep, it holds its own throughout the year. Shirts, t-shirts, sweaters, pullover, and at number, what, hit the microphone, at number 100, my black little soul is happy. Black is trending. Definitely don't just add a keyword of black, but look at what kind of things. Shall we do a thing? So if you click on a keyword, don't take too long, it takes you to the keyword tool, and you can see that, yeah, black has, how have I missed this? Black has been a keyword for quite a bit. Obviously, the competition is huge on Etsy because everyone who has in their title or their tags or in their attributes or anywhere is sort of legitimate for that search on Etsy, but it doesn't mean that's what the people are looking for. So if you want to see what the people are looking for, we've got a couple of things. What are the most popular tags for the people in the top 100 that are ranking for black? And black obsidian, yes, so we talked about crystals, and black and white, no idea what that would be. Black earrings, Black History Month. So there's interesting things to think about there. The most popular categories are prints. You people are weird. You can see the other keyword ideas, yet Black Lives Matter, Black History. So that all makes sense. But also, if we scrolly all the way down, the top listings are the 100 top listings that are ranking for just the term black. So these are the ones that Etsy thinks when people search for the word black, which if someone's searching for the word black, they have no idea that, look, you've got to search for more than that. But when they're searching for it, what Etsy thinks is what they're looking for. So this, I'm guessing it's hitting a lot of things. It's a black hat. It's a hat. It's It's African, Black History Month. All that. I love this. Black obsidian video game controller hand carving crystals. So you get an idea. When I look at this and I see this, though, this is such a mishmash of things that this tells me that when people search for black, they have no idea what they're searching for, which totally makes sense. And have a look at that. It's a mix of everything. So yeah, don't aim just for the word black, but it might tell you that black t-shirts might be a thing. I think we would have guessed this from the whole Wednesday Addams thing. There's definitely going to be a little bit of a gothic revival for sure. But black can fit into things like minimalist as well, with those sleek, clean lines. It fits into just about everything. But that is interesting. Anyway. That's my take on the top 100 terms for the month. As I said, if you don't already have an eRank account at eRank.com, you can sign up for a free account and check these up. You get more details if you sign up for one of the subscriptions, but I hope you enjoyed looking through the keywords for the month.